Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? And welcome to another episode of ID Please podcast. I have with me Latre, he's on top of me.
What's up,
Then
y'all?
I have Brittany to the is this the right? Okay, and I have Brian to my immediate right. What's up, y'all? Or my left, whatever y'all want to say.
Hey.
Y'all, is this
There
stupid if
any
we do
left
this
and
like
rights in
this?
North Carolina?
Look, just look at each other. Just look at each other. One, two.
Remember the Brady Bunch?
Wait, which way do I look? I'm looking. I'm looking the wrong way.
You look the wrong
Brittany,
way.
we're looking at each other.
The Brady Bunch
Okay,
cubicles.
that,
So,
that's stupid.
how's everyone doing?
I'm great. How you doing?
Do you see
Yeah,
the stress coming through my smile?
I do.
Okay.
What's wrong? Why are you stressed out?
Life going on. I'm starting a business. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, but let me encourage you by saying some days are better than others.
You
Okay.
know?
So,
I've
guys.
had some good days.
I have a question. With everything going on, as far as where we're at in life, you know, my question is, what is the responsibility? This is our bring it to the table topic. What is the responsibility of the church, and is there anything that we could be doing to be, you know, bringing people into the church, or like where are we at with all of that? I'm asking that because this is a Christian based podcast, and I
Right.
just want to know. Boom,
Praise the
go.
Lord. I think the responsibility of the church is to, excuse me, I'm rearranging. I think the responsibility of the church is to help uplift its immediate community. And sometimes I feel like we fail in that aspect.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not
The
sure.
church, I have a different view of it. I feel like the church is a business. So, them being a nonprofit, they're supposed to do things to outreach to the community, but most times
Right.
churches are busy worried about the bills and making sure they keep their church running and pay their musicians and pay the pastor.
I think
You know, go ahead.
I agree with Brooke and Brian. Yeah. I think the church is supposed to be like a beacon of hope. It's supposed to be like the place, that people to, and especially times like this, like, maybe not find answers, but to some type of hope and what I mean, some type of encouragement. But I think that we have failed horribly.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So that's my next question. What do you do when you feel like the church has failed you?
You
Like,
just
go to a
what's
new
stand.
church.
you be hopping churches?
I mean,
Uh,
Find another one. Like,
that's really all you can do is church hop. And possibly, I mean, now that we have access to all these churches online, you don't even have to hop. You can just church surf on the internet.
I do that anyway.
Yeah, right. It's
I will say that y'all church, when I was playing at y'all church, y'all were the only church in North Carolina that I've, went to and been a part of. Y'all the only church that really does outreach. Every other church I've played for and been there, they don't do outreach. Y'all church is the only one, like going to schools, doing handing out books, backpacks with utilities. Yeah, but everybody else, like I feel like it's lost. It's more of let's build this church to be popping instead of let's build this church to do what the church is meant to do in the
Am
Bible.
I am I looking at Brian, y'all?
you are.
Okay.
yes, Brian.
Look, Trey, I can see you.
Oh
I'm
my god.
so stupid.
That,
Yeah, I
Brian,
got
that
him
was
a
good.
question.
I
Yeah,
think.
Brian, that
I
was
think. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, Brittany. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, they honestly, I done been in church my whole life, and that is the church that I go to now. That is that's one of the first times in first churches that I've seen do a lot of like outreach and like community based stuff, you know what I mean? Like usually
Yeah.
church is about the church. You know what I mean? It's not about helping other people, it's about what we got going on and you know.
Hmm.
So yeah.
So this is my question, and I guess I'll keep asking the question until it's time.
Okay.
Um, Never mind. I gotta process it.
You said
Because I want
what
to.
could they
Because the
do
thing
better,
is,
right, to attract more people?
yeah, like what can we do better to get people to like come to church during a time where I feel like all hope is lost? Because I'm gonna be honest, right now I don't want to go to church, and I love God. I'm a church boy, but right now I don't want to go to church. I mean, I feel like right now
Sounds
it's
like y'all
time to
church hurt.
church. No, I'm not church hurt at all. I'm fine. I'm great.
I think I think churches have just become like really judgmental, and not to say that you can't judge. I mean, because everybody judges. When I look at somebody, the first thing I do, even if it's unconsciously, is judge somebody. But I think we're just so judgmental that it's like even if somebody is going through and they want to come in, we be done judge them so hard that it's like, well, it make them feel like they not accepted because they don't have everything together, because they're not right, they don't agree politically. You know what I'm saying, with us? So it's like, it's just a lot of, or they don't agree with Black Lives Matter, or you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of other stuff that's making people feel uncomfortable at church, thinking about church. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it's just judgment because there's a lot of other stuff going on that is affecting that, and I don't think that it should.
Well, I was getting posed the question of there. I was asked the question of have I ever been sat down, and they brought up my son. They was like, so the church you was at, they didn't sit you down for having a son out of wedlock. Why the hell would you sit me down? Like, if you sit me down, I'm going to another church to play it. Like, no, we all sin. We all fall short of the glory, and it is what it is.
But
I done cussed the fair share passes out. I know that you ain't gonna be chastising me, and you out here messing with the deaconess and the elders and
Yes.
deaconess.
did you
Yeah, the
say that you
deaconess of
cussed the
my
pat?
church.
Did you say that
He
you
I
cussed
cussed
the
did.
a few
pastors
past.
out?
I
He
told
did.
one
A
pastor I
few
was
of
gonna
them.
whoop his ass. I
Wow.
did say that. I told him I was gonna give him the beats.
Oh, you want to
He
go to
he
the
is
good
a
part of
man of the
hell?
cloth. He is a man of
I
the
ain't going to
cloth.
hell. I repented after. Man, he ain't no man of the cloth.
Did you?
You know what
Some of
he
these
is.
dudes in there crooks and using the church for what they can gain from it, not preaching the same subject every week of the month. So that every
Brian, it
first of
sounds
the
like
month he got the same message.
It sounds like
No,
you are
no,
church hurt.
I ain't church hurt, but I go
You
to
are church
church.
hurt.
I get my little coins. I go home and mind my business.
That's not church. That's not
That
church.
and
that
that
is
you probably
church.
the reason
That's
I
a
Church
don't
is a
like
job.
church right
business.
now.
That's a
Church is a
job.
business. It's a job. Church is a business. I've been saying that.
It's a job for you. It's a job for
No,
you,
it's a
Brian,
job
because
for
you
a
are
lot of people.
hired.
It's a lot.
You're
It's
you're
go
hired
ahead.
on. It is a job for a lot of people that are hired on, absolutely. But people that are going there for like what you call it, solace. Is that the right word? Oh, I wanted to use that word right. I hope I did.
Solace.
But people that are going
Solace.
there looking for
Word of the
like
week.
solace. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Word of the week.
You know what I mean. But people that are going there, they don't want it to be. They don't want it to be looked at as a business. It is definitely a business for you because that's your job. Like that's where you work. So I can kind of understand that. But
But it's a business
other
for the
stuff.
pastor because the pastors are on salary. It's a business for the people that's running the books because they are on salary. Like my mom's been a worker for the church for over 20 years. Before I was born, she's been at the same church doing the secretary there. And like
My mom
church
is
is a
head of
business.
hospitality. She don't get paid.
Oh, the
Yeah,
secretary
she
too.
got she got to find a new job.
But
I
I think
think
what the church can do better to bring more people in is to be less judgmental, not to the standard of the church, but to just be less judgmental because I feel like a lot of people feel judged before they even get there to tell people what their
absolutely.
issue is or to even think that's what that they can do better. Brian, what do you think they can do
Absolutely.
better? Because you done told us what they're doing bad. What can they do
Right.
better?
What can they do better?
Make it more about the community, outreach in the community. Like everybody's worried about members, but like focus on the people that you have in your church now. Like the people that come faithfully, that's so tired. Like I don't know, it's just different. And then pay me more.
that's
All right.
no, that's my
You
issue.
know,
I don't
Y'all have something else to add? Y'all think the church can do something better? Y'all want to say something?
stop paying these musicians all this money when singers come there every week and we gotta sing and we
absolutely.
gotta learn all these songs, the same amount of songs that they gotta. Anyway, we'll talk
Absolutely.
about this on
Oh,
another episode.
absolutely.
Is it time to go to break?
Wait,
Somebody take me to break.
Absolutely. Oh, he gone.
Yes,
Dang.
I was about to say it's time. It's time for a little break. We'll be right back. We're gonna go to break.
What is Coca-Cola? Is it an excuse to get together? Since 1886, Coca-Cola has been passing on smiles from generation to generation. We've been giving kids scholarships, like the early birds and the all-nighters. And you get to enjoy what matters most. Coca-Cola. Drink up.
All right, welcome back to the ID Please podcast. We have a special guest, DJ Fannie Mae, in the building. Good
Hey,
afternoon.
how you doing? How you doing?
Good afternoon.
How you doing?
What's going on? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So I'm gonna start this out because I'm a fan. Tell us about how you started DJing. Where you from? So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from Raleigh. I'm a Raleigh kid all day. I'm a church kid from Raleigh. Started DJing. I was in a club one day. I did music all my life. I grew up in music. Come from music type thing. So music has always been there. I was in a club one day, heard some trash ass DJs, and I was like, yo, if this guy can mess up, if he can do it, I can do it. So Exactly. that's literally in the middle of the club. I had that epiphany. And I went out and within the next couple of days, I bought me a new laptop and equipment, and I locked myself in the room for like 3 months, just learning how to DJ, and I've been doing it ever since.
That's what's up.
That's a cool way to get a passion though. Like you in the club, you drinking, having a good time, and the music is trash. You're like, I can do this. Yeah, because the week before it was LDOC at Chapel Hill, so everybody was turned. We danced all night. Like. I think of time and music. So like if you got I can figure out what time period it was like when Money Baby was hot and like Fish telling out the parking lot, Magic like booted me down. So it's lit. I mean? So,
early 2000s.
And next week, if you can't get the club jumping off of that, like you're terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was like, if you can fuck up the party, I can do it too. So.
So what's your favorite party to DJ? What kind of parties you like to DJ?
Anything I do from me, DJing other people's stuff is cool, but the things the collaborations that I do with Live Nation at the Fillmore are my favorite parties because I feel like that's when I get to be myself. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I'm an entertainer and I like, a lot of people kind of get me misconstrued. Like I like attention, it's cool, but I don't always have to have that attention on me. And so if it's not my shit, I ain't really vying for the attention. I ain't really gonna show out so everybody looking at Fannie. So being that I am like that, when it's my show, I really wanna own that shit and turn up. So when it's, the Fillmore joint, saying it was by far my favorite event ever that I DJ'd. But when it's that, you get a different part. You get me. I'll actually be talking, interacting, and hosting and stuff versus just me DJing and you vibing with the music. So those are my favorite parties, just because I get to really just be myself and own the stage and shit.
DJ Fannie Mae, I've actually been seeing you around Charlotte for a long time. It's been some years now. Let me ask you about the most recent thing that I remember you by which is the I think the trap choir thing. Can you tell me how that came about?
Yeah.
And go into a little detail about that, because that was actually really dope. And I want to see more of it when this whole quarantine stuff get rid of it, go away.
Definitely. So if you guys know Dennis Reed, about maybe a year and a half before the party, he hit me up like, man, I want to do some kind of trap party thing, some trap party thing where we just sing and, do hip hop songs. And for me, I've always when I think of what's the pinnacle of me DJing and throwing an event, it would be a trap choir party. I always wanted to, since I've been DJing, I've always wanted to kind of miss my church roots with the secular world per se, and combine them, because both of them are turn up experience. You know what I mean? And so often we have to separate both of them just because of the antics of it all. When it's just God is so ever present. So why can't I just enjoy Jesus and turn up a little bit, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
That's dope.
So when we talked about it for a while, and I'm kind of person I want to do everything in excellence. I don't want to really have anything half-assed. And when it's such a good idea, and when I have a vision, I want to execute it to the top level of my vision. And it was something like that. with Dennis and the resources available, like it could be amazing. So we just sat on it, and, just chill. So at the beginning of end of 2019, my homies at the Fillmore and Live Nation came to me like, "Yo, Fannie, we have, thank you. We've been working with you for a couple of years now. Your work ethic is amazing. We love you. You blah blah blah. I want to give you your own show every month." And I was like, "Okay, cool. That's cool." First thing I thought of was Dennis. Hey, yo, we got the Fillmore, my nigga. Let's do it. So
Right.
at the point, I was like, well, that's lights, camera, action. That's the speaker, the sound system, everything we need to make it a full production. And then that's when I get into event planner mode, and I begin to just kind of like, work the branding, the marketing, the execution of it all. And, got with Dennis and did the music for it, then send it over to CJ, Evan, and it just really just unfolded like a really organic experience. And it's so crazy to think that was this year, because this shit feel like 3, 4, 5 years ago with this quarantine. But yeah, it was dope. We're actually solidifying some paperwork right now to do like a little hip hop festival that's going on the second week, or the first or second week here in the city. So we're gonna do like a modified sainted set. So we're gonna have something like, we're still definitely, we all are, we're family, we're Sainted family, and we want, and honestly, it was on the brink of a tour. Like we already had dates outside of the city, kind of like up and down the East Coast. And we were about to take it on the road. So that was a hard hit.
That's what's up.
It was a hard
y'all
hit
definitely brought the OGs
Corona
in.
just fuck up everything.
Right. I was about to ask, like, how has it impacted you? Like, how has the pandemic impacted? Because being a DJ means you got to be around people.
Yeah, it's been it's been a lot of prayer, boy. Just keeping my head above water, honestly, and just really just finding a balance with this new shit. Because I mean, like, niggas is out right now, like they're out partying. Smoking hookah, having a good time. And for me, it's like my health is more important than that, and also my value. Like, you're not paying me enough to put my life at risk. So
Absolutely,
it's been tough for sure. I miss it. But then again, I don't, because it's like I don't want to half-ass no shit. So unless I could be at full capacity, I don't really want it. So that's kind of how I feel about it.
Have you done any like virtual DJ shows?
You are a what, Brooke?
Yeah, I've done some virtual stuff. I did a lot of virtual gospel brunches and stuff. For the most part, but it don't really tickle my fancy like being in person.
So being a woman, I got one.
Brittany going.
Being a woman DJ. Let me go. Being a woman DJ in like a male dominated type industry, like how does that bother you, or has that like caused some issue for you, or like how have you dealt with that?
No, I think I want to say it probably has impacted for sure. I think I'm not only a female, but I'm also not asking nigga either. So it's one of those places that put me in like a really like league of my own. Cause I really just gonna stand by myself. I don't really need no niggas around me. I don't need no entourage. I don't need no yes man. And I definitely don't need no bro assist. Don't do that shit to me type thing. So it's really like, I'm a female, like I said, for sure, and I'm very confident in my skills and what I do. So I think just with my confidence and also, knowing my worth, I think that's more so has impacted me more so than just merely being a female. And just, more so, especially in this area, I think more so than being female, probably just more so just being cliques and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like it's impacted me on females. Niggas is used to the same thing, used to the same DJs, used to everything. I think more so than anything, me being a Black woman in these times has been a magical gift as it is. I feel like it's a beautiful gift, and if you don't fuck with it, then my magic ain't for you anyways. So I feel like it's been more of a help than a hurt. And if these niggas don't fuck with me, fuck them. That's really the motto.
Now I got a question. Your style of dressing is totally left field from what we usually see. Who inspires your I want to say designerism. I just made that word up. Designerism. Like who like go ahead, explain it. Cause you got your own line.
And it's dope.
Yeah, I do have my. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have my church kid line I just came out with. I'm actually gonna I'm about to do some new shit with it, just to kind of get to add some promo to it. I've been kind of slack having some personal shit going on, but we'll get back on it. But otherwise, man, honestly, yo, people ask me a lot about my fashion and where it comes from and what inspires me. And honestly, my whole family beat up. Like, I can't even lie. So it's one of those things, like now all the memes is like, yo, I'm just getting dressed to sit in my living room. Like, it was really like we're getting dressed to go to my grandmother's house. We're all in each other's room. It's 4 of us, me, my siblings, and then my mom and dad. And it's really like, hey, yo, how this look? Hey, what you wearing for Christmas? And we ain't going to grandma's house, but it's really like we all have our own fashion identities. And like there are times like we would have like literal family discussions on our fashion because my dad is like, y'all are a little bit too left field. Y'all doing too much because he's very classic, man. He can dress the T. He's very classic. Recently, as he's gotten older, my brother has gotten older and taught him how to kind of dress down a little bit. So he put on a little Force, a little Puma, and be chill, maybe a little sports. But these are conversations that we really, really had because my dad was like, "Yo, why are y'all so wild with y'all clothes all the time?" Like, so my sister is also in fashion. She's a designer and a stylist, and we all just like to dress. So I just feel like it's just something that I do, man. I don't necessarily like look at one person. I really just enjoy fashion. Like I grew up, my mother she loves like AMC movies and Jacqueline Kennedy. So I grew up like watching her wear St. John's and knit suits and hats and dressing very classy, as well as my dad. So I just take every kind of like elements of just fashion life and just kind of put them in my wardrobe. So people come to my house and they see my closet and they be like, damn. It's like, nigga, I don't know. Honestly, I can switch up on you one day. I just never know where I'm going, what it is. Or, I'm the kind of person that'll be like, I'm going to get this and I'll have an occasion to wear it one day, So it's, I don't know. I just love it, man. I think I'm a person that really says you look good, you feel good. And so whatever you need to do to look good, organically, feeling good on the inside for sure. Because it does emanate from the inside out. But, you put on your freshest, your new pair of kicks or a new, fly ass dress. For your ass is looking good, ladies. You feel good about yourself. So I feel like that's right. I feel like that's just the key. So I really like to look good and feel good and smell good.
So your line is called Church Kid?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So why that title?
Yeah. Okay. Branding, honestly, I can't even really say any other reason but it. I think it goes in, definitely branding and marketing. Along it goes in lockstep with Sainted. Also, my brand's being this, like different eclectic church kid who, who definitely I'm in the world. I'm not necessarily all, completely of the world per se, but I still, definitely without my roots and without Jesus Christ, like I wouldn't be here today. So it's just just an overall acknowledgement of it. And I think like for the future, like, I mean, I'm not gonna have church kids stamped on everything and I may evolve it to just Fannie Mae or, whatever. I have some other ideas, but I think I want like, I don't know, I want to evolve to a dope street church brand, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like high street church brand that, if you want to wear it, like even to make like a nice suit, you know what I mean? That is like a nice pinstripe leisure suit that you could wear to church. That is church kid. You know what I mean? Some dresses for ladies and stuff like that. That's church kid too. So like you can have like, like you don't want to necessarily be, church, you don't want to dress like in the hood either, but just like a mix of the both of the fashions. It's kind of like, the versatility. I want to be able to kind of like merge that brand into that. So that's even now why I have the Dickie suit and have like a clean silhouette. So it can be dress up or dress down.
Yeah. And the reason I asked is because the climate of the church is changing. Like, I'm not going to wear a suit at church unless y'all make me and basically pay me to wear a suit. So my thing is, when I look at your clothes and your lines, even when I follow you on Instagram, it's like, what you got on? That's dope. I can see myself, or I can see my generation, wearing that, and that not necessarily being what church is. So that's why I asked. And I think the concept is dope. I just
thank you. Yeah.
Make sure you include plus size and for big people, because
I do. Look, you just gotta just request the size. I just sent out some 3XLs yesterday, so yeah, I definitely have them. I definitely add the size for you.
I definitely gotta invest.
So I mean, I think that's what it is. I definitely want, like I said, to have that versatile, like this church kid line. You know what I mean? Because we all want to be dope, regardless of where we at. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just think it's about making churchy look cool. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, I do want to like eventually kind of like I said, have like kind of dressy, but not really like that you could dress it up or down. Because like recently in the last year, so I've really gotten into suits. Like that's just silhouettes of my dad and my brother. They're let them niggas be dressing for sure. So just kind of taking those kind of elements, and I mean I'm still a female, but just making it my own. So I just think like it'll be just be dope to kind of put some shit out there. Like you said, if you got to dress up, imagine having like a fire ass pinstripe black suit that looks good, because it's tapered to wear with sneakers or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah,
right.
that's
I see myself like I see my personal style like evolving to like I call it elevated loungewear. Like I want to be able to like wear some sweats with a pair of heels.
Yes, and I feel like that's a lovely place to be. I mean, because my thing and my parents even now they're like, oh, you dress like a boy. I'm like, I'm just like, why just be comfortable? Like my nigga, like I don't care what you got going on. I got to be comfortable. That was one thing. Like even growing up in the church wearing dresses and stuff, and not to say that dresses aren't. I think like even for me, it's like hell. My first Grammy, I wear a dress. Like the fuck, I'm gonna be a bitch. Like I'm going all out. Like y'all gonna see me with a train. Fuck y'all. Like
not a train.
Like I'm going like so. It's girl. I'm going all out. But I just feel like, it's fashion, you have to adapt. I'm not one of those like, I'm just gonna dress like this one time. I feel like you have to be versatile in that. But with that overall, day in and day out, I want to be comfortable. Like, and I feel like we should all just be comfortable. So girl, wear your little cute sweats, put a high with a little, crop it tight. Something, you know what I'm saying? Put a little jean crop jacket over it or something.
You gotta come dress me. You gotta dress me.
Got it.
So we know that your taste in music is phenomenal. And we like to do this little game with every person that comes into our show. We like to call it quick fire, but it's really like this or that. So I'm gonna give you an option between two artists, and you just have to pick your preference.
Okay.
I'm doing a mix of gospel and a mix of R&B. So we'll see. So I have Jonathan McReynolds or Jonathan McReynolds or Jason. Is it Jason McReynolds? Isn't that his name?
Jason Nelson?
It's Jonathan McReynolds.
Which one are you talking about, Brooke?
I said Jonathan McReynolds and Jason Nelson.
I'd have to go. I gotta go Jonathan or Jason because they brothers.
Huh?
Jonathan Nelson and Jason Nelson brothers.
Yeah, so there's a Jason Nelson and a Jonathan Nelson.
I think that I mixed those two up. Yeah, so the brothers. Either one of the brothers.
I'm going with the brothers. And I like I said, music is time for me. So Jonathan Nelson has that. I think it's actually a Donald Lawrence song, the Hill song, about like his Virgin song. And when I was really playing Hill on my own body, that was a song that was like really important for me. So I'm glad to go with Jonathan Nelson.
Okay, what about Molly Music or Travis Green?
Molly. Yahweh.
I choose Molly too. Yeah. Okay, so what about Kelly or Michelle?
Girl, you know I'm going Kelly Brown skin rolling,
okay? Okay, Jasmine Sullivan or Chrisette Michelle?
Oh, Jasmine. Hands down.
Yeah, Chrisette kind of lost me.
Mascara.
She lost me after the inauguration.
Y'all bugging.
I hate people say that.
She got to get that coin. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Okay, Erykah Badu.
I mean, I don't care about doing it. Lauren.
I'm gonna say Erykah though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lauren. Because I feel like Lauren is one of the best female rappers that's not a rapper.
That is true. She is.
Like that girl, like she really spits. Like the girl was spitting. So I mean, I love Erykah, but Erykah be a little bit too trancy for me. I be like, girl, shut up. But that's just me. I love her. Don't get me wrong. I want her to be my dude. Let me shut up. Girl, I love you, Erykah.
Okay, what about Leandria Johnson or Kim Burrell?
Neither. Y'all ain't got to scream at me all day.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
I like that response. That was
I know,
good.
right?
That was
You
really
finna
good.
scream at me all day. I feel it. The Clarks or the Winans?
I'm sorry. One more time.
The Clarks or the Winans?
Clark's. I gotta go Clark's.
I like the Clarks better. Yeah. Let me see. I got one more.
I like
I like wrote a whole bunch down. So I got one more. This is Erica or Tina.
Girl, honestly, I was getting confused. But which one don't scream?
Which one don't
I
scream?
used to, okay, Erica the one that be screaming, ain't it?
That's Tina.
No, Tina be screaming.
Which one?
Erica the pretty one that got both of them pretty,
Honestly,
but Erica the one that got the radio station.
Tina got all the kids. Erica got like 3.
Tina fast.
The one that's the one with I think I don't know, they both be making outrageous comments sometimes in the name of the Lord. So I love their catalog. I'm a huge put them both together. I just take them both together. Give me their catalog. Mary is I'm a fan. I know every song.
You can't separate them.
Nah.
Okay, well that's all I got.
DJ Fannie Mae, where can we find you on social media if we were looking for you?
Yeah, you can find me everywhere at DJ Fannie Mae. That's DJ FANNIEMAE on all social platforms. Like that's it. I only got one. It's DJ Fannie Mae.
I can't wait to see what comes of this this tour that you talked about, because I'm excited and I will probably come see the ticket.
Yo, I am too. Y'all just keep it in your prayers that this virus is go ahead and subside so we can get back to it. And that we'll get paid what we're worth, and that we can land some sponsorships, and that we can travel everywhere. So yeah. So I mean, and if not, we be right here in North Carolina turning it up, and everybody else will have to come to us.
Right.
So yeah,
that's fine. We can make it a beacon in North Carolina.
Oh, look, honestly, I had for that the second one that we had in Charlotte. I had all my homies from Atlanta, New York. I had some coming from Cali. Like even for the first show, I had people come in for it. So I think like for that experience, like I feel like it's one of those relatable experiences that people want to feel. Like imagine like really feeling like, dang, I got my Jesus for the day. I had some time. I went to the track with my homies, but then we were doing an electric slide at the cookout with my grandma. So it's like it's just a cultural experience that taps into your essence of your Blackness. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those shits. Like there's white people in there, but that is an experience that really only Black kids, church kids, can understand thoroughly.
Absolutely.
And there's a whole niche of us here existing and wanting to have fun and turn up and get lit, and then sing melodies to heaven, then go back to the track.
Look.
Right.
Well, thank you for hanging out with us today, hanging out through our technical difficulties, but we have had such fun talking to you. I can't wait to see what comes of everything that you're doing. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of ID Please Podcast, and thank you, DJ Fannie Mae, for joining us. We had so much fun. Y'all catch her on at DJ Fannie Mae on all social media platforms, and catch us at ID Please Podcast. See you later.